Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be fun to do a monochromatic look. I saw a bunch of people doing these videos like a year ago and I just never got around to doing it. Now that we're getting into fall, I thought it would be fun to do an orange one. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do all of I put my foundation on, but everything else I'm gonna do with oranges. So we're going to do a complete orange look. So if that sounds interesting, stick around. Please hit that subscribe button down below and we are going to get into it. I'm going to probably keep adjusting you slightly just so I can get a better angle. But yeah, we're going to get into it. So I did put eyebrows on, as you can see, but if you watch any of my other videos, a lot of my videos I don't wear makeup in and I don't have a lot of eyebrows. My eyebrows are really thin naturally, so I thought it would look weird if I just went in with my natural eyebrows and put orange on. So I put natural looking brows on and then I'm gonna go over them in orange. So I'm trying not to cheat, but that's why I did that, because I don't have much to start with. I should say most, all of the palettes I'm gonna use are Juvia's Place palettes. I have a ton of orange autumny brown colors in different palettes, but most of what I was finding was from Juvia's Place, so I decided just to stick with one brand. So we're going to go in, this is the Nubian 2. I'm going to use Morocco as a contour. Now I have some single products that aren't Juvia's Place, but all the palettes and their stuff's very pigmented, and I'm probably going to have to probably should have used the contour brush that's not my favorite, and I don't know why, but I keep putting brushes back in the wrong spot, because it's probably why I didn't grab it, because it's not even in there. So that's gonna looks better on that side. It's not as pigmented. I went in with a little heavy of a hand. So that side's gonna have a little bit of a streak. Yeah, I have another brush that looks like this that must be in with I've been filming a lot, and for some reason I can't put the brushes back in the right cup when I'm filming, apparently, because I noticed quite a few of my contour brushes that have ended up in with the eyeshadow, highlight brushes that have ended up in the eyeshadow. So apparently I can't put things back correctly. Yeah, oh no, it's in here, it was just hiding. Never mind. But I have found a couple of my highlighter brushes in with my eyeshadow. Yeah, like I said, I saw a bunch of people doing these videos like a year ago, and I thought it was just fun. I mean, obviously this isn't a practical tutorial by any means, but it is kind of neat to see what oranges are out there, at least from the brands that I'm using. So if you're like, oh, that is, because these colors are pretty, so if you see anything you're like, oh, that, maybe I'll get that because I need that color. I'm just contouring with this shade, and I will probably use the same color to go in to my eyebrows. I have a bronzer from Apocalyptic Beauty that I'm going to use. I was tempted to use one from Too Faced because I have one, their natural face palette. There is a bronzer in there that's really warm. It's funny because when I use that, the darker bronzer in there, if I go in too heavy, that's the bronzer that my husband tells me I look like I'm sunburned if I go in too heavy with that one. So it's very warm. It's probably the warmest. I don't have many warm bronzers, like actual bronzers, because I don't think I have any. Because when I do get them occasionally in like Ipsy bags and stuff, but I get rid of them because I know I'm not going to use them. So I don't tend to keep them, and I wasn't planning on doing this kind of a video, so didn't really keep any warm bronzers. But I think for intensive purposes, you probably, like if you wanted to like wear this for Halloween or something, you could just go in with a warm bronzer and achieve the same effect, because warm bronzers look orange on the skin. So I just don't have any. So that's contour. I'm gonna go in with highlight. This is a blush topper from Apocalyptic Beauty in Jack-o'-lantern. This came in the, I'm just tapping it because it's a loose pigment and it's very messy. This came in the Trick or Treat bag last year, so I'm going to use this as a highlighter and kind of see how that goes. There is some pigment to it, but I'm just going to go into the lid here and see, because I don't really own I don't own an orange highlighter, but I thought this might work because it's supposed to be, like I said, a blush topper, so it's supposed to give you kind of an orangey glow. And I kept it to use as a blush topper during autumn. That's why I held on to it. And it does make like blush look orange. It gives you a nice orange hue, but I thought this might, it's not like an intense highlight, but it gives it a little glow. And like I said, it is orange. And I'm not going in too heavy with it because like right there, I'm starting to get an orange streak. So definitely could use this as a highlighter. But yeah, just be mindful. There is some pigment to it and it is going to give you an orangey hue. I think it gives a little bit of a glow. My lighting's not real good right now, but this isn't an actual like tutorial, so I don't have my ring light on. I just have my overhead light and my light over my desk that's like fluorescent and not the greatest. But yeah, because this isn't a practical tutorial, I was like, well, do I really need to get the ring light out? Probably not. I don't think I have some golds, but they're like yellowy. I don't think I have any orangey golds. Let me look really quick in here. Is this a matte? I'm looking through my singles. Yeah, that's a matte. I was gonna say I have this loose shade called Ginger Snap, but it's a matte, so I don't want to use that. So I think that's probably, it's not as glowy as I would like, but there's a little bit of a glow. So I think that's probably going to have to suffice. And then for blush, this is from the brand Note in Desert Rose. It's an orange peach, but it looks orange to me. I wear this in the fall. I got this in a boxy charm and I like it a lot. It gives you a nice autumn. It is very pigmented, which I went in a little heavy with it. You can get full-on clown face really quick with this, but it's a, like I said, it's a pretty blush. And for bronzer, I didn't finish bronzing. I do have this one again from Apocalyptic Beauty. This is from their Wasteland Warrior collection. This is Thunderdome. This is probably as warm of a bronzer as I own. So like it's not a true orange, but I feel like it's gonna look orange on the skin. Yeah. See, I feel like it's giving me a nice little orangey glow. This is what that Too Faced bronzer, I mean, this is more pigmented than that, but you see how it really makes me look like I had a bad spray tan up there? Like that Too Faced one, if I'm not careful, has the same effect on my skin. Okay, so I'm gonna try and blend that out. this is labeled as a bronzer slash highlighter, but you would have to be, so my forehead looks very orange. Yeah, that is, and I didn't even go, I was tapping in the lid. I didn't even like dip into the pot, so that's very pigmented, but you can see. So now my face looks orange. I don't know that I'll use this bronzer. Like I said, I don't use the bronzer in the other palette for the same reason, because like I said, when I wear it, my husband like legitimately told me I looked sunburned, so there's that. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of the jack-o'-lantern on the cheeks too. Oh, too much. I have to tap that over the trash can. That's why I hate loose pigmented products. I'm like, I need a sifter just to give my cheeks more of an orange look to them. Like I said, that blush is pretty close to an orange. Like I said, I think it's technically a peach, but I wear it in the fall. It's my fall blush because it, and you can see how that, just a teeny little bit, I ended up having to tap it over the trash can because there's so much that came up, but you can see it made it look even more orange. Okay, so now that the face is done and I'm starting to look a little clowny, let's go into the face. Let me look for, I'm just looking for another eyebrow brush. Do I have a flat one from Sigma. So I'm going to go back into that shade that I contoured with, called Morocco, and I'm just gonna tap in and fill in my eyebrows with orange. Now they're not, this is a like a burnt orange color, so that my eyebrows shouldn't look like fiery orange, but I didn't want them to. I wanted to try and like have some aspects of this be a little bit like wearable, even though my whole face is going to be orange. But I am putting orange in my brows. Like I said, I was going to not put my other brow stuff in, but my eyebrows are so thin. I don't think I could go in with a straight orange. So I don't know if they look more orange, but I did put orange in there. Okay, so I think that's it for the Nubian 2. Now we're gonna go in. I have the Festival palette. I don't know if I'm gonna use the Masquerade and the Zulu. Oh, and I forgot to get, I think I accidentally put it back. Where did I put it? Oh, I was gonna say, I got it out. I also have the Tribe palette and the Saharan. I think I'm gonna go in with the Saharan and use this, I'm not gonna try and pronounce it. I'll butcher it. Whatever that shade's called. It starts with a J. Just as a transition color. And then we'll go in to the other palettes. Most of my Juvia's Place palettes have an orange. I think all of them do, except for the Nubian, which is pretty much just a brown palette, but there's some warm browns in there. Which I was contemplating using for this video, but they're not like true orange, so since I was already cheating a little bit and doing part of my eyebrows in brown, and I use the Iconic London. I use the medium shade. They have a light, a medium, and a dark. I need to get the light one. I got it in a Boxy Luxe, and it works really good. It's just now that my hair is blonde, it's a smidge on the dark side, but because I have to like basically create new brows from scratch, it gives me a nice, it's dark enough that it gives me a nice base. I am going to use this shade probably on my lid because it's a shimmer, but I think I'm not going to pronounce any of these either because I'll butcher them. I'm going to go in with this lighter orange shade. Yeah, not even going to attempt how to say that. So I'm just not. This is, again, the Tribe palette. It's the lime green one. I like this palette a lot. I was using this a lot when I got it when I was going to school. I was on a green kick. I think that's why I ordered it, was for these grungy shades right here and then these ones. But I love the oranges in here too. It's just really pretty, kind of grungy palette. I got like 3 or 4 palettes during Easter when they were doing their 40% off. Juvia's Place has sales all the time, so I would definitely recommend picking at least one up if you don't own any. So I'm going to set this one over here because I'm going to need it at the very end. Because their eyeshadow formula is really, really good. It's very pigmented. What is this? The Zulu. I've got a bright orange in here. I don't know what I want to do. There's almost a neon in here. What is this one? The Festival. And then I don't know. I pulled out Masquerade, but I don't think I'm going to use it. There's Cairo in here that's kind of an orangey brown color. I think I'm going to put Cairo on the outer part of my eye and then figure out what I'm going to do from there. I don't think I've used Cairo before. There's not many shades in the Masquerade palette that I haven't ever used, but I don't believe I've ever used this color. It's pretty. It's a matte with glitter in it, which I don't think any of the glitter is going to stick to your eyeball. So it's Kat Von D is notorious for doing it. The matte glitters, it's a matte. I mean, the glitter's coming off on my face, but it's not really, you can't really see it in the eyeshadow. I hate when brands do that to try and, I don't know why they even do it. It looks pretty in the pan, but the glitter just doesn't stick to the eyeshadow. It's one of those nice in theory things. So anytime I see that, I'm like, there's another matte in the palette, because people will be like, oh, there's not enough mattes. Well, that technically is a matte, and I'm just gonna do a really dramatic eye, I guess. Normally I don't take it out that far, but and then I'm gonna go back into, not that one, the Zulu palette. We're gonna go in with that bright orange shade. I don't know that I've used that color either. I want to do some like candy corn eye looks. I was going to use a few of these Juvia's Place palettes because I got some different oranges and reds. Oranges and yellows in several palettes. So I thought I could do some different candy corn looks, if that sounds interesting to anyone. Different toned. I think candy corn makeup is one of those, like, it's really easy. And it looks cute. Okay. I'm gonna go back. The Festival palette, I think I might put this hot orange shade on the lower lash line, maybe. And then I think I'll go in with the lighter shade in the Tribe palette, because that's the one that I'm going to use on the lid anyway. Kind of blend that out a little bit more. Sorry, I'm not talking. I don't want to poke myself in the eye. These are just kind of fun, and then it gives you a chance to see a bunch of different shades of the same color in different things. So I'm going to go into the Tribe palette in that light orange shade. Blend that out. I have quite a few palettes out, but like I said, I have a bunch of orange, like single orange shades, but I didn't want to have 50 palettes sitting. So I thought at least if I just do a few Juvia's Place ones, it'll cut down on the amount of palettes that I have to have out. So I'm going to go in with concealer. And for that, I've just been using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. It is comparable to the Shape Tape. I just don't use it under my eyes because it creases on me. And I was going to get rid of it, and then I was like, wait, I should just, because I was using my Shape Tape to do my like faux cut crease. I was like, why am I using my expensive $20-something concealer on my lids? So I just use this for this, and then it kind of saves my expensive concealer. So there's nothing wrong with this, but like I said, it creases on me. And I have the other one that I'll use on my lids sometimes is the ColourPop concealer, and again, like, that's not a horrible concealer, but for some reason it stings my under eye, and a lot of people love it. So I think it's just me. I don't think it's a bad concealer per se, and it does crease on me, which is unfortunate. I mean, every concealer creases on me, but some crease worse than others, and that's definitely one that's worse. So I just put some concealer, and I'm gonna go in with whatever that's called. That's like the only orangey. We'll see how orangey it actually is. It's pretty orange. And it's crumbly, which is typical for metallic. I'll brush it off. I have a fluffy brush here next to me. I've talked about this before. If you just use a light sweeping motion, it shouldn't smear on your skin. You can put translucent powder down. Like I said, I go in with a light hand and a sweeping motion, so I've never really had a problem with shadow like streaking my face. If you go in with a heavy hand and put pressure down, it will streak. But like I said, if you use a fluffy brush and a light hand, I typically don't put extra powder down. I don't find that I need to, but you definitely can if that's an issue. Just put powder down underneath, or you can do your eye makeup first. I have a hard time getting my foundation close enough around my eyes, so I don't do that. And I'm just gonna go into my inner corners with that. And I think this has a little bit of a orangey hue to it, so I'm gonna go over the orange shade in my inner corner with that. It's kind of a cream color, but it does have a warm undertone, which might be able to use that as highlighter. Since I'm not happy with my highlighter, I'm going to try it. We're going to go in with a little bit. Oh yeah, that's better. Not that it matters because I'm just gonna wash this off anyway, but oh yeah, look at that. It's nice to know. I could use this if I need an orangey highlighter, which I might on Halloween because I'm wearing a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern shirt to work, so I might use this as a highlighter. That's good to know. See, that was helpful for me for that, if nothing else. That's pretty. So yeah, that was just this shade in the Tribe palette, so that's cool. So I'm just going to come in here. I just hold the end of the brush. I try and hold as far back and just, usually I'll use a fluffier brush than this, but I have this one right next to me. So yeah, that's, you can see that really doesn't streak, just comes right off. So I've never had a problem with it streaking unless I go in like this, then it will. But if you just use light pressure and a fluffy brush, you can get it off. I think I'm going to use that same shade and go under my eyebrows with it. Okay. For liner, obviously I don't have an orange liner. I mean, not obviously, there are people that probably do have orange liners. I'm going to use, this is a Medusa's Makeup liner brush, and I'm going to use one of my Apocalyptic Beauty. This is Nuclear Sunrise. It's a loose pigment. I'm going to use what's in the lid. It's a very orangey brown color, and I have the Medusa's Makeup eyeliner seal. I do have same product from Apocalyptic Beauty. It is called the Cosmetic Alchemy liquid, which I guess since I'm using the Apocalyptic Beauty, I can use their liquid, but it's the same stuff. I need to look up what's in it, but you can take any loose or pressed shadow, add, just gonna do like 1 drop, and you can use it and turn it into eyeliner. My nose always runs when I'm filming, so I have 1 drop in here. You don't want to make it too runny because then it's going to be very sheer and you're going to have a hard time applying it. Let's see if that does anything. It's not very dark shadow. Let me add another. I don't know if this color is dark enough to show up. I wanted to try and do a wing with it, but I don't know that you really can even see that. But that's what the liquid's for, is to, it allows you, and if that second drop was too much, it's very liquidy, so I'm just dipping into the pressed, not pressed, loose pigment. And to make it darker. Can't really see it on the lid because of the color. You can see it in the outer corner, kinda. So there's a little bit of a wing. And then I just leave the liquid in there, it dries. And it'll just go back to a powder. But that's what that's for. Like I said, Medusa's Makeup sells it. I think you could probably use a setting spray and achieve, you know, it'll do the same thing. I've never tried it with a setting spray, but I would assume if you wet your brush enough and just dipped it in, you could do the same thing. But since I have it, I use it, but you don't necessarily need to run out and buy that stuff. Like I said, I think a setting spray could, if that's something you want to do. It's nice because it gives you a little more versatility with eyeliner. And this is, like I said, Medusa's Makeup's eyeliner brush, which it doesn't look like it would be very easy, but I have this one, and I'll use this under the lash line too. And then I also have like angled brushes like what I used in my eyebrows. I feel like my eyebrows are probably not orange enough, so let me, because I used such a dark, let me maybe go in with this. You can't even see it that hot. I don't know if I want to use that one. Let me rethink. Maybe I'll go in with this orange to go over top in a different brush. Maybe not quite so thin of a brush. Let's try this. Because I'm not defining anything. I'm just adding some more pigment. I don't know if that looks more orange. It does in person. I don't think it probably does on camera, but I am putting more orange in there so I can hear people like, you're cheating. Maybe that's just my conscience. So there's that. So I think my face is pretty much done. The only thing left is lips, and I do have lots of orange liquid lipsticks, but I also have some sticks. So this is from Finding Ferdinand. I think this is probably 2 years old. This is Pumpkin Spice. I made this color. They have a thing where you can go online and make your own. Doesn't smell bad. It's starting to crack. Like I said, it's like 2 years old. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll try it. But it is a stick. So I custom. Doesn't smell bad. It just smells like an expensive lipstick. But yeah, they had this thing on their website. I think they sell a pumpkin spice shade now. It's part of their permanent collection. But yeah, this is the one I customized. Yeah, you can go in and you can make your own color. This is in the satin. They have a matte formula that I've heard is really dry. This is the satin one. But yeah, you just kind of customize the color online, and then they make it and send it to you. So this is the shade that I made. It's not like, it doesn't scream orange, but, and I just labeled it pumpkin spice because I didn't know what else to call it, but it's pretty. It's an orangey nude color. And then I do have a, shade from Sugar Pill. It's like a fiery orange. This is in the color Detox. Can put this over top. Mix it together. So it looks a little more orange, but this, like this is, you can see, is a neon. So mixing those two together gives you more of a true orange color, and I bought a couple of these when they were on sale. Sticks, the bullets, and then like their liquids, and I haven't really used a lot of Sugar Pill, but they're just cute packaging. So now I have a more orange lip. I like those two mixed together. I'm gonna have to remember that combo. But this is the finished look. I could put mascara on. I didn't get any out. Let me get some out. I attempted to do liner. It didn't go over very well. I don't have an orange liner, so I'm not going to pretend, or liner, orange mascara. And ColourPop does have colored mascaras, but I don't know if they even have an orange. I don't remember. So yeah, this is the finished look using completely orange makeup. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought. I want to do a green one. Green monochrome look. I have a lot of green, and I do have a green lipstick. So I think that would be fun. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think of this. What products did you like? What products would you use out of here? Like I said, I like this for a highlighter for fall. I'm gonna remember that eyeshadow. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, please subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye everybody.